Hey guys, it's Nimbus. I am back today with another video. As always, it is free Palestine, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. It's just what it is. As always, I'm going to ask you guys to get educated on what is going on if you guys aren't educated on what is going on. Genocide is not a complicated thing. It's very difficult to watch, but the fact that we're able to just sit here and watch it and people are acting like this isn't genocide is laughable. We're watching a genocide take place. We're watching multiple genocides actually take place right now. And we're watching slavery happen, like literal slavery. Literal, actual slavery. In 2024. Can you believe that? In 2024. There's not really much else to say at this point. It's just repetitive at this point. And you guys are going to be tired of hearing me say it, but I'm going to keep saying it anyway because free Palestine. Like, it's insane that there's so many people who just refuse to even say something as simple as free Palestine. Like, your job or your brand deals or whatever is so much more important than the lives of millions of people. At this point, it's claimed, what, 24,000 people for sure, and there's still, what, like 7,000 people buried under the rubble? But remind me again how drag queens are bad. Remind me again about how... I don't even know what. It doesn't make sense at this point. Anyway, again, I've said pretty much everything I've had to say at this point. I don't know what else to say without getting too repetitive, but we can't be quiet about this. We cannot start being quiet about this. We have to keep going. We have to keep talking. We have to make it clear that we, the people in the West, in these countries that are helping this genocide take place, we need to be the ones to stand up and stop it. The government's shown us that they will keep this going. We have to stand up and do something. Whether that's telling everybody that they're losing our vote, or whether that's telling everybody that we're going to do a general strike, or whatever that means. This stuff does work. But we have to make it work. We have to make it happen. We have to be organized, and we have to make it work. It's not just going to happen overnight when two people decided to get together. It's got to be everybody deciding this is what we're going to do because this is what we don't want to have happen. And what is this that we don't want to have happen? A whole genocide that is still taking place, along with another genocide and various other genocides and slavery and ethnic cleansing, collective punishment, various other things happening across the world. And that's not to mention the people who are in the U.S. prison system who are literally slaves to the United States of America in 2024, but also Cop City going up in Atlanta and everything else. Like, the descent into fascism shouldn't surprise anybody at this point. We're already there. We've been there. And y'all still refuse to look at it as what it is. Violence against human beings. We all know why. But the fact that we're able to sit here and watch it happen and we can turn it off and other people get to sit there and say, oh, why am I seeing this all the time? Why do I have to look at this all the time? You don't have to look at shit. But at the same time, that reaction is exactly the problem with a lot of these people. Why am I seeing this shit again? Why do I have to look at this shit again? What do you mean? You don't have to look at anything on your phone. It's your phone. Scroll past it or not, one. But two, you should be lucky that you're able to actually see what is going on. And the fact that you can't see that what is actually happening is true, actually happening today in the world currently. What is somebody supposed to think? Somebody who is a regular human being who is empathetic towards other human beings. What is somebody who is supposed to think? Or what is somebody supposed to think when that's all you hear from somebody? It's always got to be, oh my God, I'm seeing those people get blown up again. Oh my God, I'm seeing brown people on my screen again. Oh my God, whatever it is. But you don't see how ridiculous that sounds? You don't see how fucking insensitive that is? I can understand how to Jewish people it would be insensitive to look at them and compare this to the Holocaust. It would be insensitive, but it's not, because it's true. We're watching genocide numbers happening in a genocide by people who said a genocide would never happen again. Or claim to be those people who said never again. Because again, Zionist is not Jewish person. We gotta remember that. We cannot. They're not the same thing. There are a lot of nailed it. There are a lot of Zionists who are Jewish, but not all Jewish people are Zionists. Especially because there are Christian Zionists. There are various other Zionists. Zionist is a whole different ideology, and we have to remember that. Anyway, shameless plug, as always. My website is open for one-on-ones. I have them up on my website. I will be donating a portion of what I make from my one-on-ones to various organizations. I'm going to start with the PCRF. If I can still get a donation through, I'm assuming I can. I haven't looked in a while. I don't have much money to give right now, so I'm waiting to see if I can get up like 50 or $100 or something. But anyway, point being is that once that happens, I will donate there. I will donate to a couple other places, and then also I want to have you guys, if you guys want to tip me, I want you guys to join me in donating and just send whatever money you were going to tip me, send that directly to whatever charity it is you want to donate to. I just want you guys to be a little bit more involved. I want you guys to know exactly where your money went. I want you guys to know when it got there. I want you guys to have, whatever confirmation. I want you guys to have that, so that way you don't have to worry about, checking my page, wondering where it is, all that kind of stuff. So please join me in donating. Please join me in boycotting. Please join me in uplifting the voices of the people who are being silenced. Just please. With that being said, I would like to take a moment of silence right now for all of the lives lost around the world and all of the lives that were who we don't know where they are right now. So for just a minute, we'll just take a minute. Thank you guys. But yeah, with all of that being said, if you guys don't know what's going on at all, please, 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 Google is free, TikTok is free, YouTube is free, mostly. Just please, you can find this information at this point. Yeah. But yeah, let's get started with the reading today. We're going to use the Celtic Tarot today. I have to be a little bit careful of some of the pictures because they are a little scandalous. But, yes. I love this deck. It's a great deck. I've used it before, I think, on here. We are going to get started breathing, so if you guys do want to breathe with me, let's get started. Otherwise, if you guys don't want to breathe, you can skip to right here and go right past it. So, yeah. And if you guys do want to breathe with me, we're going to put our hands flat down on the table in front of us and our feet flat down on the floor. And we're going to sit up straight. And yeah, we're going to take about 4 counts in and 4 counts out, in through our nose, out through our mouth, and, you know, big deep breaths. Yeah, if you guys need to breathe differently than what I am doing, go right ahead. Please pause it, or just, you know, while I'm doing mine, go ahead and do yours. But yeah, I like to have it that way. I connect to the collective energy better, and you can connect to this reading better and receive the messages that you need to receive more clearly. But yeah, so if you guys are ready, let's get started. Let's put our hands flat down on the table in front of us and our feet flat down on the floor. Go ahead, sit up straight and close your eyes, and we are going to get started. Breathe in and out. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, last one, and out. Breathe normally. Keep your eyes closed. Just release any tension that you may have from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Getting your neck loose. Doing some, shoulder circles, shoulder rolls, forward and backward. Yeah, whatever you need to do. Alright, take one more deep breath in and out. Go ahead and breathe normally and open your eyes. Alright guys, if you need more time, go ahead and pause it now. Otherwise, we are going to get started. But yeah, so we are going to use the... I guess the book is called Branches of the Celtic Tarot because it's like different things. It's like a heavy book. This is a hefty, it's as wide as my finger. Anyway. So yeah, so we are going to get started. Of course, we'll do our pride message and our sweary affirmation. But yeah, so I'm thinking today we are going to do. Oh, what was I thinking of earlier? Oh my goodness. Well, it's the 18th. We'll do a. So yeah, so it is the 18th. It's January 18th today, so we will do a end of January energy check. Message for our end of January energy check. Sorry. I'm seeing I'm like seeing Roadrunner like zigzagging around corners, but it was like something's coming in fast. You guys know Roadrunner from Looney Tunes, or am I just too old now? I'm kidding. 26. Anyway, Pam, what is our message? What's our messages for today? All right, we got the. Okay, hang on. We have the King of Cauldrons reversed. There could be something. Sorry, I keep being shown like scenes with Roadrunner. There was a scene where I think it's Wile E. Coyote. He tries to like paint he paints like a flat rock, and he paints it like the street keeps going, and you know he's hoping that Roadrunner will would run right into the rock, but he doesn't. He runs and keeps going. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why the Roadrunner thing was in my head. You know, because King of Cauldrons, King of Cups reversed is, you know, you kind of matter over others. So there might be this kind of energy of this is a very interesting energy because it's not Nine of Cauldrons reversed. Okay, yeah. Nine of Cauldrons reversed. It's like you can't. If there's something that's like coming back, like a mistake that you've made that like you feel guilty for or something, like it's. I don't. This is such a weird, choppy energy. Like if there's something that you're embarrassed about that you always think about, I'm wondering if that's where the I come first comes in. One card at a time, please, Spirit. Okay. We got the King of Wands. Okay, it looks a little... We'll hide that. The King of Wands. This is such a choppy energy. It's the King of Wands right now is telling me there's this like initiative to like go and do something, but it's almost like no matter what you do, you're reminded of these things from the past. And with the King of Cauldrons, I kept wanting to say cups, it doesn't really matter, but King of Cauldrons reversed. With the your emotions come first kind of thing, like I wonder, I don't know why that's standing out to me specifically too though. Okay, yeah, the Merlin reversed, the Hermit reversed. There's a lot of reversals. Well, okay, not a bad thing. Just, you know, a flopped energy. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if like you were being guided towards hermit mode and you almost did it and then you just like didn't. Or something like that. Like there's this energy around the hermit mode specifically, around, or the hermit card, the Merlin card, that it's like, excuse me, you were guided to take alone time and to like figure this stuff out. But then as that time like kind of came closer, you kind of like pushed that alone time and quiet time away. Maybe. Could be. It feels like, it feels like the King of Wands has this like definitely initiative, but like could also be impulsive for sure. And that could be why, you know, the hermit mode like failed. I'm sorry, I have to like sift through like, it's like I'm picking up rocks to find an answer. That's wild. The Five of Cups. Here we are again with the sense of loss. I was just thinking about this earlier too, and the Five of Cups came up in my head as I was thinking about it. You know that scene in Avatar: The Last Airbender where Aang's trying to learn how to go into the Avatar state, and the guy's like, you need to let go of your earthly attachments. And Aang's like, oh, well, I can't let go of Katara. I love her. This is like... And because when people don't... This is going to sound shitty when I'm saying it, but I need you guys to bear with me. Like... There's different levels to letting go, in a sense. And there's also different levels of trust that you need to have with that. So you have to trust that Spirit is going to, or God, the universe, whatever, is going to provide if you actually do the things that they're asking you to do. If you lose somebody from out of your life, or you're being asked to let somebody go, but you're like, how can I do that? Like, how can I let them go? It's this feeling of, yes, you are going to lose somebody, but you're not losing you're gaining something right back. You're not losing anything. You know what I mean? Like, you might be not talking to that person for a while, or not using that thing for a while, or ever again, but you're getting something in the place of that anyway, so there's not empty space just sitting there once you let something go. But it's also not letting go to the point of, okay, I'm never going to see this again, whatever it is. It's being okay with maybe I won't see this person again or maybe I won't see this again, but it's also having trust that if it is meant for you, it will come back to you. Will, not might, will come back. You know what I mean? Like he literally has a rainbow going into the front ones that he's not paying attention to. You know, the ones that are still full. He's not even paying attention to that, but that's where the growth is coming from. He might have had to just he might have had to just let these things go in order to make, like, empty those cups out in order to make space for new things to flow in to those cups. Because otherwise, you're not going to grow the way that you want to. If you're around people all the time who don't care about what they're doing with their lives, who any number of things, are toxic in any way, or whatever it is, they're going to be the first ones to tell you to stop doing what you're doing because you're trying to do too much. You're trying to change who you are. You're trying to whatever it is. But they're not going to see that what you're doing is you trying to make a better life for yourself. They're going to see it as you're trying to be better than them. And then, of course, you're not a friend, you're competition. Like, those are the people that Spirit is trying to show, like, one, don't need to be in your life. And two, if they leave, you can miss them, but don't go back to them. Don't ever go back to them. The Magician reversed. You got to stop giving your power away. You have all of the tools that you need, but you might let other people take advantage of that or take your power away. And it's like, especially with the Magician reversed, it's like everything is right there. Like, I'm picturing what's her name? What's that movie? Bird Box. Sandra Bullock. You know, where she's running around with her eyes are covered and she's just running around doing this. Like, you're doing that, but everything is like right there, like right out. Everything is just out of arm's reach to where, like, you're swinging around and you're like, you're coming this close to it. You're right here, but you just can't feel it yet. But it's right there. Like, you're right. You can almost feel it. But when you give your power away, it's so easy to miss these blessings because we're not paying attention to what should be coming in for us. We're paying attention to our faults or whatever our toxic person just told us that we need to pay attention to today. You know what I mean? The Nine of Wands. There's almost like a protection that's not quite there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, the paranoia seeps in and then, like, gets behind your own defenses because it's your own. And then now you can't, like, you're trying to be so defensive, but now it's just, since there's no protection for you, now you're just trying to lash out because you're feeling attacked. You know what I mean? Like an animal backed into a corner is just going to react. It's not going to try to make sure that you're okay afterwards. It's just going to react to get out and get home, get to where it needs to go safe. Home, probably. But you know what I mean. Okay, I see why Roadrunner was such a big message at the beginning. The adaptability is needed for you to say you're in a trigger warning, say you're in an abusive relationship, and say like you're trying to get out, but you maybe don't know how. It's almost like with Roadrunner, you're almost learning how to like they set up a trap for you and you just go right through it. Nothing happened to you. You know what I mean? Like with the wall analogy, like with where Wile E. Coyote drew on the wall and drew a street. Roadrunner comes up and just keeps running and didn't crash into the wall or anything. He just keeps running along the drawn street. You know what I mean? He adapted right to the situation. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what this is, because it feels like there's a lot that's going to be left behind. Like, it feels like a whole new you is coming out. Like, almost like a rebirth. The Four of Shields, which is the Four of Pentacles. Interesting that I was just talking about protection and... Well, but yeah, and once you are able to reclaim your power, that kind of like financial success... Not even necessarily like to be rich, but like whatever you're looking for, like maybe you land the job that you've always wanted, or you get a promotion or whatever, because you finally like started to reclaim that energy from those toxic people, from those people from your past that you don't need to be a part of or associated with, and that could like, you know, launch you forward to closer, at least to where you want to be. Maybe not exactly, but definitely closer. And like, there's definitely something else to be said about the Four of Shields coming out, because 4 is already a very solid, stable thing. So it's like, yeah, we have to figure out how to make a solid foundation. Again, you know, I say this a lot, but the solid foundation, you have to have a solid foundation, otherwise your house can't stand. If you have a messed up or like wobbly foundation, how is the rest of your house going to stay up? So, we got the Queen of Wands as well. Got the King and the Queen of Wands. And it's like she's coming through to add like that, like what's it called? The head bitch in charge. You know what I mean? Like she knows that she can. I'm like, I don't not to be like that. She could be a bitch, but she knows that like she's only going to have to do that if she has to. You know what I mean? Like, you can be a badass regardless. You know what I mean? But if she has to be a bitch, she will be. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm not calling anybody a bitch. Like, I'm not calling you a bitch. Like, I'm not calling her a bitch either. You know what I mean? Like, however, head bitch in charge, there is a lot of power that comes with that. So, anyway. Is this 11? This gotta be 11. Justice. I get really confused when some of them count them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. This one's counted with, like, actually, like, the number 11 instead of, like, X and then 1. But yeah. I was just confused. But yeah, like, the balance. Well, okay. And with the King and Queen of Wands, it's also that balance between the masculine and the feminine. You know, that's always going to be there too. Well, and the balance of looking back and feeling sorrow, and also living in the present and really experiencing what is happening right now. Yes, the emotions and the stuff is happening right now, but it's because of what you were looking at in the past. You know what I mean? It's not because of something that just happened right now. It's something that you're thinking about from the past that now can't change. Like, and I keep coming back to this Five of Cups. That one cup that's like totally flipped over, he can't put that back in there now. You know, that's spread all over the ground now. Like, you can't just pick up that water now and put it back in the cup. You know, now you got to go get all new water, you know. But the universe has a really funny way of forcing us to get rid of the people who are keeping us down. And I say forcing us because the universe has a fun way of saying, oh, you won't do it? Okay, LOL, watch me. Haha, watch this. Yeah, like, you know. Okay. Is this reversed? The Two of Cauldrons. Yeah, there's definitely a balance that's coming out. And it could be a relationship with the King and Queen of Wands. You know, they didn't come out right next to each other, but they are there. That could also signify that there's a, you know, maybe like a union coming in or a divine counterpart coming in. I'm always hesitant to use the word union because I don't want to be the guy to tell you that your man's coming in and he doesn't. This is actually the perfect time to say I am ordained, so just let me know. Just say the word. Details on my website. The Three of Wands reversed. Yeah, it's like this. With the Three of Wands reversed. It's really, it feels like this energy of like we're just getting started. But yeah, like it's like this energy of like we're just getting started. But it's like it's also like a bittersweet kind of feeling of like we're just getting started, but we have to go this alone. Like we have to do this alone. We're gonna have to be able to be by ourselves while we learn how to do all this new stuff. We got the High Priestess. And yeah, to me that definitely tells me there's a lot of spiritual growth to be had once we are able to separate ourselves from the toxicity. You know, things will look clearer, things will sound clearer, things will be just overall much clearer in general. We have 14 equilibrium reversed. Yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, there's definitely this energy of like we gotta get going first. Like we gotta get going first, and then we can figure out the details of the rest of it. Yeah, the Fool. We gotta get going first and figure out the details later. You can't make this stuff up. Death in reverse is on the bottom of the deck. There's definitely a rebirth and like a death and rebirth coming. Yeah, I mean that's amazing because and this to me feels it's a very positive and powerful change that is happening because it's a very yes, there's a lot of reversals here, but there's also a lot of very good. It's probably about half and half actually. But yeah, there's so much good energy in this that the negative of having to lose people or having to move on without people shouldn't be much of a negative. It should be more of like a realization of, oh, I really didn't need them before, and I definitely don't need them now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's more so where you're going to be thinking soon, if you're not already. But let's get started with our pride message really quick. Spirit, what's our pride message for the end of January energy check? God, I'm special. It says self-acceptance. Loving yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. Don't minimize yourself to protect other people's insecurities. Period. And that also goes back to reclaiming your power. Like, if you reclaim your power and you sit there and you are really serious about being you and loving you first, nobody can touch you. Like, really. Because all the things that people want to go for are all personal. They're going to be upset about this if I say it out loud. Like, you know what I mean? They're insecure about this, you know? Fucking Weevil from fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! One card at a time, please, Spirit. Great show. Alright, Rainbow Converse. Honesty. If being true to yourself is proving a struggle, start by sharing with a friend instead. Admitting vulnerabilities in the right company can open doors to a brighter future full of possibilities, free from burden. Oops. I mean, yeah, I mean, once you... And I've said this before in videos too. I say this a lot, actually. Sorry. But yeah, I say this a lot, actually. Well, because I heard another reader say it a lot. Chloe Taylor always ends her videos with something along the lines of, once when you stand in your own authenticity, you empower everybody to do the same, or something along those lines. And I completely agree. When you are able to sit as yourself in a room and be yourself unshaken, what do people have over you at that point? And if you're being honest in what you have and who you are, why would other people need to be dishonest? You know what I mean? People wouldn't need to feel threatened because that's just who you are. You're not putting up a front. You're not putting up any type of anything extra. It's just who you are. You know, people could still not like you for whatever reason. But 515 as I said that. But as long as you're honest, like, at least they can't call you a liar. You know. Spirit, what's our last pride message? Spirit, what's our last pride message? Whoa. Alright. Little gay donut. Instinct. Trust your gut. Your subconscious has its own language. While it may not often make sense, most of the time, what it has to say has value. Take some time to listen. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, your inner self, your higher self, your intuition, whatever you want to call it, your gut, whatever, definitely knows a lot and recognizes stuff very quickly too. But we're never going to notice if we're not paying attention, and if we don't know how our subconscious tries to get our attention. Like there's like with the Fool card, most of the time he's depicted as about to walk off a cliff. You know, la da 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 da, we're walking, because he's not looking. But once you're able to trust your instinct a little bit more, that walk won't be as scary, and you'll be able to just walk, because the Fool trusts that he'll be fine. You know what I mean? The Fool trusts that he'll be fine. So we have to remember that while we are in this energy, we have to trust that we will also be okay. Yes, it's scary, but we will be okay. Yeah. Let's see what our sweary affirmation is really quick. Incense went out. Spirit, what's our sweary affirmation for the day, for our end of January energy check? There we go. Meet up with a friend and have a good bitch. Yeah, I mean, sometimes all you need to do is just see a friend and just vent. Like, truly. Or even, since I was talking about hermit mode, maybe it's not even like going to see a friend. Maybe it's just calling them to talk. Like, to talk something out. But yeah, I mean, nothing will ever beat meeting up with a friend and just having a good old bitch fest. It's great. Stuff is necessary too. Even if we're in hermit mode, sometimes we still kind of might need to just go and see people. It's not like you obviously gotta talk to your own people, but it's not necessarily just no outside world contact. You know what I mean? It's, you know, really just making sure that you're spending your time with yourself to make sure that you know who you are and what you like and what you don't like and why you don't like the things that you don't like, what triggers you, why it triggers you, that kind of thing. Because at this point, the balance between giving your power away and owning your power, well, and there's no balance that makes it okay to give your power away in the first place. But I mean that as like finding the equilibrium of I have mine, and what I have left over is everybody else's. / isn't everybody else's, but is extra. You know what I mean? I'm going to let my cup fill up first. And then when my cup is overflowing with what I have and what I need and what I'm already okay with and what I'm set with and what I'm good with, then I can start helping people from my cup and let it overflow into theirs, because now I'm pouring from a full cup, not an empty cup. You know what I mean? You can't, yes, you can balance cups that are both empty, but then you don't have anything in there. They're both empty. You gotta balance something with something else. You can't balance nothing with nothing, because it's just nothing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense at all. But with Death card in reverse, it's really there's a rebirth coming, and there's like an actual sense of whether it's foolish or not. There's like this sense of just, I'll go wherever the wind takes me. It's like this very, I don't know if it's the right word, but like whimsical almost. Like it's a very flowy energy, but it's also like so like light and just like bouncy. I don't know if that's the right word. Well, but the energy now is completely different from the energy at the beginning of this reading, because at the beginning of this reading, it was like trying to fight through bricks to hear a message. That's why I was so stuck on the first three cards, because I was like, I usually hear a message along with the cards, so I was like, why am I not hearing anything? But then like I finally started hearing more and more. But yeah, I think it's very important to remember that even though we might lose a cup or two or three, we still probably have a full cup or a half full cup at least sitting behind us that we're not seeing right now. And we definitely have to balance excuse me. We definitely have to balance the feelings of like, let's go, and like the impulsiveness and like the regality of, we can make this work regardless, we don't have to rush. You know what I mean? Like, meeting somewhere in the middle is perfect, because you should have a sense of urgency if you need to get something done, but you also shouldn't do it too fast to where you can't do it correctly. You know what I mean? You know, if you rush a rebirth, you might rush into something that either you didn't realize was something that you already did or tried or something, or it could just be that now it's just completely messed up and now you're not gonna have the right thing going. You know what I mean? Spirit, is there anything else? Cool. Alright, well that is everything that I am seeing for you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. I thank your people and my people for being here. I am going to close out this reading now. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you guys stayed all the way through, thank you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Please do let me know how I did, if this reading resonated with you. If it did not resonate with you, that is okay as well. Please also let me know. But just be nice. But other than that, again, my one-on-one readings are open on my website, and I will be donating the part of the money that I make from that to various organizations around the world. But yeah, if you guys want to tip me, please go ahead and donate that money to charities and organizations that you guys would like to. Again, please do your own research and make sure that where you are donating, the money directly goes to help the people. It doesn't go to pay office costs and then maybe send some meals. Like, it needs to be, if it goes to food, sure, but that food needs to go for free to the people on the ground. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be what happened in Gaza, where donated aid, free aid for the people of Gaza, they were being required to pay for. That should not be happening, especially if it's donations. So, with that being said, please make sure that you know exactly where it's going and exactly how the money is going to be used. But yes. I think that is it. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. And yeah, hopefully I can stop saying it soon. But free Palestine, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. Liberate everybody around the world. Maybe these countries will have actual rest, or these politicians would be able to actually get some sleep if they stopped just trying to gaslight the people and make it seem like everything's okay. We have to make them scared of us at this point. And we have to make them hear us. Because otherwise this is not going to stop. We have to shake the system to break it apart. This can't keep going on this way. Doesn't matter who you are. At this point, if you're not a rich, white, straight man, they're against you. So wake up. Good luck. I love y'all. Y'all be safe, okay? Rest up if you need to. Take some time if you need to, but get back up and keep fighting. We gotta keep going, okay? I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Have the day that y'all deserve. Peace.